Welcome to the Brother L Show.
Truth. It's actually true. It's just information that they don't
Lights
like.
out there.
And that's exactly what. Hey, everybody, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. here. If you look behind me, you'll see the Supreme Court building. When Congress and presidents overreach their powers and trample on our freedoms, we, the people, can challenge them before the Supreme Court. It's the court's job to protect those freedoms that the Constitution guarantees. And our freedoms have needed protection many times in American history, but never have they been under such threat as they are today. Hey, everybody, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. here. If you look behind me, you'll see the Supreme Court building. When Congress and presidents overreach their powers and trample on our freedoms, we, the people, can challenge them before the Supreme Court. It's the court's job to protect those freedoms that the Constitution guarantees. And our freedoms have needed protection many times in American history, but never have they been under such threat as they are today. Government officials, all the way up to the White House, have pressured tech companies to censor what they call misinformation. It turns out that most of that information has actually been true. A government doesn't want to tear man's tongue out to stop him from lying. They tear a man's tongue out to prevent him from telling the truth. It's actually true. It's just information that they don't like. And that's exactly what authoritarian one-party governments do. There's no freedom of press because they control the press. There's no freedom of speech because they control speech. There's no due legal process because they control the legal process. The courts become a weapon that they use to stifle their opponents. America is turning today into a one-party state, and very fast. So far, the Supreme Court has restrained the censorship industrial complex, won by the Democrats. But if the Democrats win this election, they those courts with their own judges, and democracy in this country could be lost. The only hope is for a populist movement to sweep them aside. That's what MAGA can become if enough forward Democrats like me join in defense of the Republic. So no matter what state you live in, please vote Trump. This may be our last chance to protect the Constitution.
Powerful, powerful. All praises is due to the great God Almighty for the protections and the wake up and the health and all of the wonderful opportunities that the universe continue to provide for us. Welcome. Very important message from Brother Kennedy Jr. in regards to freedoms. It's not talked about enough. I think he did an eloquent job at breaking down exactly what's at risk when it comes to right now. I mean, the past is very important, critical is foundationally important. The future is so fragile, but it's almost, I know you heard that term, but it's like if we don't focus on the present, you don't have a future that you see in your mind. You don't focus on your present, like right now. Have you already voted? Why not? Get out and vote. Go take a car full of people with you to go vote. Go make 10 phone calls on your own to go vote right now. You don't have to wait. And do more than just voting. Pay attention. Pay attention to your ballot. Look at your ballot. Look at the machine. Pay attention. Make sure everything with your situation is complete and accurate. I mean, you've done your job at that point. Make sure that you take your brother, your cousin, your spouse, the children that can vote, and you defend your nation. This is how you defend your nation. We can't change the past. Okay? We can't change that slavery happened. Slavery happened. Now, somebody out there that can invent a time machine, not saying that they don't exist already. I'm saying invent a time machine and then we can go back in the past and we can stop slavery from ever happening. However, until then, we cannot change the past. We can't change the past, right? We can't change the past. We don't have a time machine. We're not him. Yeah, he who remains. I've been watching Loki from what is that, Marvel comics, or the Avengers, that stuff. And been watching Loki, and it was about us. It was about the community of people who've been denationalized, who've been stripped, who've been removed. Their nationality has been removed. Right now, they're talking about the invasion on the southern border. Let's talk about the invasion of our elections. Like, that's where it started at. And I think JFK hit it right on the nose.
Hey, everybody, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. here. If you look behind me, you'll see the Supreme Court building. When Congress and presidents overreach their powers and trample on our freedoms, we, the people, can challenge them before the Supreme Court.
Now, here's the problem within the state of Michigan, because Michigan is just out of control. They have control, the DNC. When I say they have, the DNC and its billionaires super PAC, Uni Party, have control of the state of Michigan. We got to get out of here. I mean, ultimately, my mind says we got to get out of here. Then I have a higher thought saying, no, we got to get stronger. We got to get stronger. How do you get stronger? We got to grow the movement in Michigan. Michigan has to step up. We call in all freedom fighters to the front of the line. You gotta take your place amongst the affairs of men. We call in all able minds and bodies to step up and defend our free national constitution of the Constitutional Republic of the United States of Michigan. We gotta fight and not run. You know what I mean? We always looking to run, looking to get out, instead of looking to defend, looking to build, looking to conquer, looking to defend. Those people in the Revolutionary War wasn't just Europeans fighting. There was Moors fighting. There was people of all different nationality in the fight to birth a country, to birth a nation. It's no different than what's happening all over the world currently. People are fighting like the Palestinians. They're dying. The Palestinians are dying. Children dying. Women dying. Men dying on both sides, right? And they're fighting for what they call a two-state solution, where we're an independent nation state, govern ourselves according to law, international law, constitutional law, the divine law. You know what I mean? And then you got the other nation that's fighting for this to exist. They say, well, we're fighting for a right to exist as an Israeli state without fear of being attacked, without fear of this and fear of that. And so there's some aggressive. And so what's my point of using that analogy? Look at the history. You can't change it, but you can observe it. You can study. You can say, well, wait a minute. Every nation that's recognized as a nation today died, gave up blood, sacrificed, fought for that status, to be recognized as a free people governing themselves according to the dictates and conscience of their customs, religion, spiritual systems, etc., that has been accepted by their ancient ancestors. And they have a right to do that. They have a right to their customs. They have a right to not to be forced to assimilate, not to be occupied, to be free. Everybody has a right to be free, unless that right is it's forfeited. So, and it can't even be forfeited because you got to understand something. This is how the law works. You didn't give a right, you can't take a right. So that's the problem that a lot of Moorish Americans have with the you granted the 14th or 15th Amendment granted privileges and rights, like recognized or granted. They use the term granted voting rights, granted not being discriminated because of race, color, creed, etc. Whoa, 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 whoa. The government of the United States Congress grant cannot grant the people rights. The people ordain Congress. So it's something wrong here about this, about how they got the lineup. What you mean they granted me voter rights? First of all, God granted me my birthrights. And if you're not God, you cannot take that right away. That's why in Moorish Science, our first four questions and answers in the questionnaire, or the Quran questions for children, questions and answers for children, says one, who made you? Allah. Who is Allah? The Father of the universe. Can we see him? No. Where's the nearest place? Fourth question, where's the nearest place we can meet him? In the heart. So number one, I'm not state property. Who made us? Allah, the great God of the universe. Number four, question and answer. The fourth question and answer, can we see him? No. Where is the nearest? No, where is the nearest place we can meet him? In the heart. In the heart. So we're not state property. A lot of people say, where are you born at? Well, I'm born in the state of Michigan. Stop. The state of Michigan is a corporation. It can't have children. So you understand me. That's a fictional way of presenting some information to the American minds that's already fragile due to centuries of abuse and trauma. And that's what we're dealing with today. Your rights, as Kennedy said it dead on, has been trampled on. And it doesn't matter if you think you're white, if you think you're black. It doesn't matter if your nationality is Indian or Hindu or Mexican or Russian American, Chinese American. Currently, right now, this artificial entity, right, that is not ordained constitutionally. It's about U.S. democracy. It's not ordained constitutionally. When we go into Article 4, Section 4 of the American Constitution for the United States of America, the United States of North America, the only frame of government that is sanctioned or authorized, prohibited, or should I say authorized, is the Republican form of government. And each state within this union shall be protected from invasion. So what happened in 2020, which was actually Project 2020, and when people say Project 2025, it's a total distraction to dismiss the CIA, FBI interference operation into the 2020 election. And it's messed up because in the so-called battleground state of Michigan, that you cannot get any kind of constitutional relief, period, from top to bottom, because the AG is a Democrat, LBGT plus member. The governor is a Democrat. She's owned by the DNC. Now the Supreme Court is majority DNC control. So where do you get relief from? As soon as you step up the ladder into the federal district courts, most of them are appointed by the Bush era. They compromised. You understand me? You have to go up to the appeals court and then up to the Supreme Court. Talking about U.S. because if you're at the state of Michigan, there is no constitutional relief once you head up to the appeals and once you head up a little bit beyond there to the Supreme Court. It's all DNC control. Heck, the Puff Daddy, if you look at the Puff Daddy distraction and CIA operation to capture all of these young men and young women coming out of these vulnerable communities, thinking that they're chasing their dreams, and they subverted them over into state property and agents by compromising them. And so now we see Eminem getting up here talking about he's a DNC member. We see Usher get up there talking about he's a DNC member. We seen Jeezy get up there talking about he's a DNC member. So now it's so obvious to see the pattern. Now this is wicketry. This is witchism, sorcery, hypnotism, with the intent to steal your birthright, to continue to steal your birthright. The question is why? It's always the most important question. Why is this happening? Why are they doing this? The why is simple. Political, economic sustainability. Militarily, political and economic sustainability, power, control. They have lust to take control because they've been in, first of all, they've been in control. It's just that when it's because you never, they had this, Obama got up there during his term. He said the Republicans versus the Democrats is more like an intramural basketball game. No matter what you see up front, we all work for the same, we all on the same team. He was talking about the uni party. The uni party. I mean, it's a group from both sides. That's a secret group working together to impact the whole, to keep and maintain controllership. And you've seen that in Congress. You know that the U.S. Congress is compromised. You know that the state of Michigan Congress is compromised. Yes, the whole state. And the only relief is not from an external source, it's from an internal source. The people who've never voted in an election in their life, the people that say the elections are fraud and there's no point to voting, I need you to step up. I need you to give yourself an opportunity to look at life through my eyes for one time. I've been a person that can look through your eyes, walk in your shoes, feel your pain, hear your thoughts, understand your thoughts, reason with you. I'm asking you to do the same for me at this point in time right now. And it's not for me, it's for you. It's for your future. It's for your children's future. What you do today matters tomorrow. The work that you put in right now matters 7 years from now. Every second count. You sitting on the couch and you didn't do nothing today, that you're gonna feel it tomorrow. It's gonna be a nothing tomorrow. And so we got to get out of that mind frame of the cycle of being appreciative to being enslaved to the cycle of sameness, the cycle of madness, the cycle of what the hell am I doing with my life? I didn't allow somebody else to drive my car, meaning my brain. Somebody else operating my brain. That's why they call Eminem up. That's why they call. And let me tell you something. For the record, for the record. Every time I see one of these jokers, all I'm calling them is an agent right in their face. You did nothing for your own community. You did nothing to the millions and millions of dollars that you've stolen from our people through a manipulation of the frequencies. And then you turn around and push more propaganda to keep them further enslaved. Right while my people are on the crust of their consciousness being redeemed. That's the truth. The truth of the matter is the world knows that you are the original planetarian. You're the original planetarian. That's what they know. And now they want to open up the oldest. I mean, let's get into it. Now they want to talk about we found the oldest vault and it was a black Jesus. It's hilarious to me because black mean pale. And clearly the pictures that they presented to depict the biblical ones, which is us, it's like there's nowhere near pale. And words matter, homie. Words matter in court. And he talking about the Supreme Court right now?
It's the court's job to protect those freedoms that the Constitution guarantees.
And you see that paperwork sitting there? What's on that paper? Words, man. Words that are being defined in legal texts, legal dictionaries. This stuff matters. So words matter. Words matter. In the beginning, there was the word. And the word was God. We say the word was with God, and the word was God. And make this make sense to me. So words have power, the power to destroy and the power to save. So when you say they found the black Jesus and Jesus, I mean, black means pale, I'm confused on what are you trying to transliterate to me? How are you? And they've been doing this the whole time. It's sorcery. It's witchcraft. It's the practice of facilitating misnomers for the purpose of depriving one of his of his or her secure rights under the Constitution. They've been able to steal, leverage millions and years of our culture, our heritage, our birthrights, our inheritance. They're the keepers of our wealth. So why they tell you talking about, you need to change your mind, you need to do this, you need to do that. Understand that they're in possession of stolen goods. They're in a possession of stolen. I don't care how go. Okay, again, we can't change history, but we can observe history. We can study history, and we're not just gonna stop at the 17th century, at the birth event of the USA. We're gonna go beyond that because America been here for a very. It's an ancient nation. We're ancient people. We're not a new people. How did we go in prior to being enslaved, the enslavement era? And all of these people, millions and millions and millions and millions of so-called African Americans, so-called Africans, so-called Black people, Negro people, how did they, before colonialization, these people had nationalities? This particular group of people who I'm talking to right now, I'm talking to the world, but I'm sending a special message to those vulnerable communities that has continued to be subjected or being the object of propaganda. And because of the misinformation, the lack of ignorance, the lack of knowledge, they've being manipulated and swayed into doing something that they're going to regret the moment that their consciousness, arrives to the party. I'm talking to you. So if you go, because I hear so many people talk about the white man, slavery, this, that, and this. Well, according to the Naturalization Act, 1790s, dealing specifically with the material of free white person and the qualifications of that status, if you're Moorish, then you're a white person. You're a free white person. It's called reading. Reading is fun, and reading funds the mental. Reading funds the mental. They actually give you some value for your reasoning to work with. So you're like, well, wait a minute. Why do you keep referring to this group of people as Black, Negro, color, African American? All of those are misnomers. All of those are slave brands. That are not people that I just told you. People have right now. The Palestinians are dying on the mission for a two-state solution, to be recognized as a nation free of occupation, free of some foreign control. They're willing to die. They're willing to stand in the streets to get hit by missiles, not bullets, missiles. They've been driven out of Gaza into foreign lands, and a lot of people didn't leave. A lot of people would rather die. And that's where my question comes in at the other day. I said, is it better to die for freedom than it is to live as a slave? I really want somebody else to answer that question. Is it better to die in a fight for freedom than it is to live as a slave, to be enslaved in this lifetime to debt? To debt. Right now, we're in $1 trillion interest, over $1 trillion in interest a year in debt. That's $103,700 per citizen that they now bear. And a lot of people don't even have 103 in their accounts. So that means that debt passes on to their children. And the debt continues to increase the more that we have the need to print money, meaning we need money. Imagine we order it. We order it like you order a pizza, right? You say, well, we need another $1 trillion. We got to order it. It got to be ordered from the Federal Reserve, get that loan, and now we taking it on, and we got to pay it back with interest. So y'all, come on, explain to me how we going to continue to spend and not bring in any money. And then who are we spending the money with? Because now we're investing in other nations' infrastructure, military infrastructure, political infrastructure, technological infrastructure, its economy, and everything else. Meaning we're building other adversarial, hostile nations for the need of resources that we have here at home. But since we refuse to produce and manufacture our own, now we're subject to being a slave to somebody else. And the first person to get in there and bust that stuff up was Donald J. Trump. But before Trump got in, we was fighting that crap right here right on the streets of the city of Pontiac. Our whole city was bankrupt. The schools were bankrupt. The city was bankrupt. The people was bankrupt. And the politicians of the city continued to steal and rob the people blind and blame it on racism. Blame it on L. Brooks Patterson. Blame it on this, that, and the other. And none of it was true. It was a group of greedy individuals that sold out the community to foreign interests. And now look at it, bruh. Look at it. The babies just died. Not to be recognized as a free people. No, they dying for shoes. They dying for likes on Facebook and social media. The news just came out about how they being sued big tech for addicting our children on purpose for profits. Man, y'all better stop playing with me. So now the first person get in there and bust that stuff up, Trump, call him fake news. But again, let me remind you, before Trump got in there, we was right here on the ground in the city of Pontiac fighting for freedom against the DNC, man. Everybody want to know, Brother L, why are you supporting Trump? Because I will never support the DNC. I will never give them people not one bit of support, not no credit. They're thieves on arrival. Their mission is to murder you, to kill your babies through abortions, to actually give you TV material. Imagine they own the industry that doubles down and supports that. It's already over sexualizing our population. What does that mean? They're gonna be having sex everywhere, all the time, in the schools, after schools, in the cars, and now poverty keep growing because they need to what they call it, manage this madness. That's why you got the Riversides and little mini projects set up. That's why you got Planned Parenthood in the community, because they pushing it through the brain cells, through your psyche. What you listening to, that's managed by frequencies. All you got to do is go back and watch They Clone Tyrone. This is not, listen, you got to be able to read, baby, because they are playing notes. The music is notes. You got to be able to read the notes. You got to understand the frequencies that they dialing into. You understand me? You are what you eat. You are what you listen to. You are what you watch. It's an attack on your psyche. And what the brain sees, the brain creates. You got to understand that. So if you watch it, this is your reality. If you have submerged yourself in a negative vibration, negative frequencies of manipulation, then that's what it is. You look at life like the white man, it's the white man's fault. What happened to self-determination? You don't even know the definition of white when it comes to the law. You won't even look in an etymology dictionary and look up the definition of black. You come to find out that you're being attacked spiritually. You're being attacked educationally. You're being attacked emotionally. You're being attacked politically. You're being attacked economically. It's actually a smack in the face, a continued smack in the face. See, you can't change the past, dog. You can't change the past. And that version of history you got is not true. It's just not true. That's not the whole story. You being in chains, you wasn't the only one in chains. Let's just get down to it. You created the venue. You was not the first ones in chains. That's a fictitious hookup, man. They can't grant you voting rights. This your land. You cannot be granted something. You're the grantor. You're the grantor. They're the visitors. How some visitors gonna grant you permission to do something on your own land? At some point, we got to make it make sense, dog. So you operating under a granted privilege of the 14th and 15th Amendment, a granted privilege? That don't make sense. Not being an American. If you're an American, that does not make sense. Now, if you are a naturalized citizen, now you operating on a granted privilege. I understand that. But wait. If you were descendant of immigrants, I understand that. You operating under a granted privilege. But you, the original American, you the true American, by definition of the term, any other copper color, various tribes, any other copper tone, various tribes, Webster Dictionary unabridged? Nah, I can't understand that. I don't understand that. Black mean pale. So you can't fit us under black. Black is an adjective. It ain't got nothing to do with identity. So how can identity politics be? That's what I responded to at Nick Cannon on the Dr. Umar joint. I said, take that turban off, bro. You talking ridiculously. How you know about Moorish history via your so you don't understand what nationality means then. So why is you talking this narrative that this sister is black and she your alumni and you got this white dude. Take that damn, excuse my language, take that turban off, bro. Take the turban off, man. Because you a fake Moor. You a fake one. You a dirty Moor. That ain't how Moors discuss. There's no history that you could observe that would make you revert back to that type of tyranny, that type of disrespectful language. Like you talking to a bunch of a brainless society that don't know better. Who you talking to? See, if we was moving like the Jewish community, we would have shut his podcast down. He won't dare disrespect them Jews like that. When he tried to, they shut him down, bro. So how dare you come disrespect millions of our people by referring to this white dude, this black lady, this black alumni? What that mean? Right now, Americans is down and out. The United States is on the verge of being fully bankrupt and dissolved. Right now, Michigan is already did some things they had no business doing and catering to everybody else instead of his own people. They are in control of the state. The DNC control all of the state of Michigan. The schools, the governor's office, the AG office, the courts, everything. Everything. They control it all, bro. Even because you like even the so-called red zones, the so-called Republican areas. And a lot of them is uni-party members. They want this stuff to say. Why would you say that, Brother L? Because I was looking for the money. I said, where is the money that goes into these communities to fight to save America? What I was told by by Oakland County Republican Party, there is no money. The donors won't donate because they don't like Trump and how they don't like the way Trump say stuff. I said, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. They don't like the way Trump say stuff. The hell with them. The hell with them. They're agents. That's the Uni Party. This is bigger than your emotion. This is bigger than how you don't like the way somebody say something. Wait a minute. It's called freedom of expression. So you want me to come in here and pretend to be something that I'm not? This is how the United States of North America got transformed into a U.S. democracy, because we have accepted illusion. We have accepted people pretending that there's somebody else that they're not. And then they get in office and all of a sudden you find out these people are agents of destruction. They coming to steal your damn bank account. How you mean? What you mean you don't like the way somebody says something? You're a child. I don't like the way you talk to me, daddy. Hey, sit your ass down and shut up. We run around here playing this, oh my God, game. Man, that's what's wrong with the population now. I grew up in an era of strong men and women. I grew up in an era of strong men and women, strong Americans. You had to be strong to survive. You couldn't be weak to survive on these streets, man. Not just survive, but excel. You couldn't be weak and get out of college. You couldn't be weak and play on our basketball team. You could not be weak and survive on the streets of Pontiac, dog. We even got a saying in Pontiac, Yaktown don't back down. That's how strong of an era it was to right now, my class, my people, my era still stand strong in the fight. Yaktown don't back down. We ain't running from a fight. We're not running from a fight. So ain't no mass exodus from the state of Michigan. We're going to have to stand up. We're going to have to get intelligent, get united immediately, and we're going to have to send these people home. We're going to have to restore our nation. The United States of Michigan must be restored by its people. By its people. Not President Trump, not the Republican Party. No, the American people. The American people. They got to step the hell up. You cannot change the past. So when the 80-year-old jump out the car on me again and say, I seen a man hung, we being hung today. Stop playing with me. We being hung politically. We being hung educationally. We being hung spiritually right now, today. And you're aiding and providing them people with the energy they need to keep it going. And you passing that ignorance down. You run around here passing it down. You've been passing it down. It's your fault. You gave them Christmas. How did you adopt the foreign custom? That ain't got nothing to do with your ancient ancestors. What you doing promoting Christmas? Some jolly some 300-pound person coming through. That's breaking and entering. You coming down my chimney, sneaking in my household, and we supposed to pretend like we that somebody else got these gifts. This third person illusion, and we've been pushing that on the children. You talk about propaganda. That's propaganda. That's somebody else's customs and culture. What are you talking about? And we supposed to spend trillions of dollars on Christmas, trillions of dollars on Halloween, trillions of dollars on customs and culture that is foreign to our original customs and cultures, man. But you don't know that because you still living the life of a slave, because of the TV, because of the music, because of all of the things that's set up for you to stay on that particular path. When you gonna break free, dog? When you gonna break free, sis? That's what this podcast is about, to help you break free. To help you break free, to actually see the sunrise. You haven't seen the sun yet. Sun is associated with light. Light is associated with knowledge. Knowledge of yourself. You have all this great immense amounts of melanin. More than any other creed, any other national on earth. You eat sunlight. It only makes you stronger, heightens your senses. Wow. The question is why? The question is why. I'll let you solve that. And you start to understand these things. Hey, man, how did you go from this prominent divine being to a soulless body, an unconscious mind, black, Negro, and colored, and some whatever they want to call you tomorrow, and you in touch with everybody else, but you're not in touch with who your ancestors are, who your ancient ancestors, because you are who your ancestors were. Who are they? We want to know about Puff Daddy business. We want to know about everybody else's business. Why we don't know about our own? It's such a thing called mind your business. Mining your business. Why? Because that's where all the gold at. That's where all the gold at. That's where the treasure's at. And minding your business. It's time for us to start minding our business, understand what actually, and understand what actually happened to us. And how we're being used today for our own destruction under the disguise of racism, reparations. You don't even have a nationality to claim reparations. Why people won't tell you the truth, man? You don't have a, why you think it didn't go down in California? Tell me, I'll wait. Why didn't it go down in California? Why didn't the very people who was pushing it did not vote for it? Why? Because I got the clip. You understand me? I got the clip. Hold on, let's play the clip, dog. I'm gonna pull the clip up. While we pulling the clip up, let's pull the clip up, man. Because it's concerning at this point. We're talking about voters' education. Well, let's talk about it. For over 40 years, look at the city of Park. Everybody got mad when Trump said, shit, we can't let the country. I said it first. I'm feeling like Trump campaign is spying on my shit. Because I said that first. I said, why in the hell? I told the people in Pontiac in their face, why in the hell we seen what happened in Pontiac under the DNC control? Why would we let this happen to the rest of the nation? The nation don't deserve this. The nation don't deserve it. To go through what we went through in the city of Pontiac under the DNC. They just don't deserve it, bro. They just don't deserve it. I'm going to bring you over here. Let me see if I can find it, man. It's in my shorts. I believe so. Let me see. Yeah, here you go, right here. This person and that person who is running for the greatest time to push that agenda, to get it in front of
this person and that person who is running for office and their teams, right? And get it out there in front of the media, get it out there in front of social media, get it out there, make it relevant, because you're not going to get another time to push your agenda, to leverage whatever you got going on. Well, should I just say, to leverage your opportunity here. The opportunity is right now. And so wise people observe the reality of what I'm saying. They're like, wait a minute. So this person said they're going to do this and they're going to do that and they're going to do all these things. They need me to support them. Well, what's the trade-off? Like, well, this is who I am. This is what we represent. And here's the agenda here. How can you help us implement this? This is the impact on the good of the nation or the good of the community, et cetera. But to seriously, the greatest time.
So, as you can see, Brother L reacts to California Black Caucus kills reparations bill. Leverage is key. And so what he's talking about in there is that, regardless of what side you were on in this particular sequence here, these people that you can see are very upset. They're in there yelling, screaming at the Black Caucus members. Why? Because they killed their own bill, man. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Now, if it was on the floor like that, what happened? What happened? I'll wait. Because you don't have a nationality. And they refuse to come out and teach you and tell you the truth. Just say it flat out. Hey, man, you were stripped of your nationality in 1774 in order to castrate you out of the family of nations. So your birthrights, your freedoms, your liberties would not be recognized, bro. Your inheritance would be stolen from you and given to all these other nations and chopped up and divided. That's what the United Nations venue is about. That's what the United States venue is about. They're managing stolen resources, bro. All you got to do is go into their story. Well, where they come from, they came over as pilgrims. They looked up. These people are the most powerful nation on earth. What happened to the people that was already here, man? The people that you can't deport, so you build prisons to put them in. Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. Now we're going to sit up here and play this game like we don't know what we're talking about. Now we know exactly what's going on here. Fraud. That's what's going on. There's no such thing as black people. You can't use that as an identification to get into the families of nations. Identify your nationality. American. You on the continent of America? Okay, cool. What nation you from? What nation are you from? Come on now. You from Africa? Cool. You African? Cool. You're a resident of the continent of Africa. What nation are you from, dog? Who's your mother and father? I'll wait, bro. That's important. That's important. Why? Because the USA is an international venue. They have relations with other nations through treaty agreements, trade agreements, military compacts, etc., bro. What nation are you with? Because there's no new people. You must be restored back to your original effects prior to colonialization, bruh. The moment that ended, you were supposed to be restored to your original capacities. And then all of your inheritance are supposed to be attached in your reattachment, in your restoration, in your redemption. The redemption era via the 13th Amendment. When forced involuntary or involuntary servitude was abolished. It never was official. That's the crazy part. Go to Article 3, Section 2. It's an international venue. What's your nationality? What's your nationality? Because the Moors, well, we founded the United States. We authorized it to exist on our soil. Now, y'all come telling the story about the founding fathers who came over to these Moors and had to get right. You want to be recognized as a sovereign, independent nation in our dominions? Well, you're going to need a sovereign, that sovereign, the emperor, the majesties to recognize that sovereignty. That's what happened. Now, you can go and try to change the story all you want to, but it's published. It's published. And then you go beyond those people when you find out the Moabites, who was the Moors, the people you call them black, Negro, the color. Well, we founded Islam. We founded the holy city of Mecca. This ain't we predate that. We predate all this stuff. We're ancient. We founded all of the world's religions. We're all faith religion right now. We honor Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius, all true and divine prophets. Whoa, what just happened? Those are our ancient ancestors. That Gnostic, that teachings, that come from an ancient space. That ancient space is you hearing them talk right now. They're talking through me right now to you. This is being communicated to you from on high. You know, sit there and let nobody continue to manipulate you. You heard your higher self. You heard that still small voice giving you correct guidance on subject matters, but you haven't learned to embrace the still small voice. Oh, that's Allah. That's the Most High. That's your ancestors communicating with you through a higher frequency. It's like the radio walkie-talkies. They can change the frequency. So you got to learn how to tap into the higher frequency to communicate with your ancient ancestors. I just watched Black Panther, all of them, right? And what did they do? How did they get to the spiritual plane? Even in the last one, she didn't believe in the spiritual plane until she drank that herb, till that herb hit her, and she went to go see her cousin Killmonger, and then her mama popped up on her at the end and talk about the constructs of your mind. Girl, everything is in the construct of your mind. Do you understand how powerful that mind is? It's the first original technology. It's the original technology that's being used for the purpose of benefiting us, the user. The problem is we stop using it and somebody else start having control of it from a distance. They don't even got a pistol on you. They controlling it through the TV, controlling you through the radio, controlling you through your foods. You know, your foods, the fake foods, has chemicals on it that communicates to your glands and gives it a false proxy that is food. And then it start doing other things with the parasites in it. The parasites start taking on your brain and start giving you different instructions. You start talking about, ooh, that burger look good. You just ate, homie. Ooh, I need some noodles. You just ate, homie. You better not eat them noodles. My bad, dog. I'm saying, you better not eat them noodles, dog. You better not eat that dye cereal. What you doing? And so I seen LeBron James, my guy, man, I love him. But dang, LeBron James is DNC property, man. I love LeBron, but that commercial I seen with him, or I don't know if it's commercial or what, but he was playing with his son, I thought was really dope. I love LeBron. I do. I think he's on the wrong side of the fence, but I love him. With respect, meaning I 2003 guy, I get it. But I don't get it. Because you doing, you know, like he got the cereal, he pouring all the cereal in the sun car, talking about Ricky, blah, 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 blah. That same cereal with all the dyes in it was just at the Senate, and the lady was giving a presentation, and the brother, and they were scorching all the earth over the fake foods, the toxins, ingredients in the fake foods that's killing Americans, and the cereal was on display. That particular cereal. And what LeBron did was came back with that same cereal and helped promote it, dog. The cereal that's killing our babies, that's ruining their teeth, destroying their bone infrastructure, destroying their brains, their pineal brain, the pineal glands of their brain, the cerebral functions, the neurons is being destroyed by that same cereal, bro. That same, why y'all think y'all going to funerals every week? You going to a funeral every week, every month, twice a week, or somebody having a heart attack, somebody having a bad liver, no spleen, bad kidneys, pancreatic cancer, this cancer, that cancer. Where is it coming from? Stop playing. How did it even get into America? Think about that for a minute. How did these murderous poisons, fatal poisons, toxins, fatal toxins get inside of our communities, and you supposed to have an FDA set up? Now, it shouldn't have took for JFK to come out and say, we got to make America healthy again, because clearly he wasn't the first person. You got people like myself that's been pushing this campaign since 2012. It's 2024, bro. Do you understand what's going on here? I've been arrested for this, for pushing, hey man, that's fluoride in that toothpaste over at OSHA. Why would we immediately effectively stop that stuff? You ain't giving my child no fluoride. You ain't even brushing his teeth here. You ain't eating your food here. And the food's fake. That's a fake pyramid, a food pyramid, man, a food fake. What ideology, where y'all getting y'all education? Where y'all getting y'all curriculum from? Stop it. How can you feed me what you eat and we have a different genetic makeup? Where is the food that my ancestors was eating? They want to eat McDonald's, bro. What McDonald's is you referring to in ancient times? And you know what's in McDonald's? Nothing real. Nothing real, bro. Nothing real but the deal. I'm being honest, but we accept it. So that's how it's in the community, because of by way of your acceptance. It's a byproduct of our acceptance, what we're willing to accept. But understand this, that acceptance has been nurtured and groomed for it to exist in the mind in the first place. Because if you was dealing with the science of who you are and your divine being, that's why I love more science, because the first thing they can say is know yourself and Allah. Know who you are and your connections with Allah. Not a middleman need to tell you this. No, you have a direct connection with the great God of the universe. You have a direct connection. A direct connection. You don't need church. You don't need the mosque. You don't need nobody, no building to intervene in your relationship with the Most High. You have it directly. In fact, in our Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Circle 7, it teaches the following. The nearest place you can meet Allah is in the heart. Jesus teaches us, meaning justice, reveals that man and Allah is one, meaning humanity. And the creator is one. Allah never made a heaven nor a hell for man. You a creator, you create your own. Now cease to seek for a heaven in the sky. Heaven and hell is a state of mind. Them people been telling us that if you don't do exactly what we say do, you will not be able to get in heaven. You're going to have eternal fire, not knowing you have an eternal fire burning inside your body right now. Stop playing with me, man. You still in my consciousness. Millions and millions of years of culture and custom since the brinks of time. Stop playing with me. Colonialization is dead. Why would I still be capitulating slave brands, black, Negro, color, African? That ain't no race. That ain't no nationality. That's a misnomer. That's a military tactic to keep you enslaved, to keep you operating under a granted privilege. Under the 14th and 15th Amendment, you got a damn birthright protected under the 4th and 5th Amendment. Under the First Amendment, which predates the 14th Amendment and 15th Amendment. You don't need no granted privilege by some group of Southerners who came together and decided to grant you this stuff. Wait a minute. You're talking about the Union Party. The Union Party been existing. Come granting me. You can't grant me anything that God has granted me. You can't recognize anything when God recognizes me. I eat the sunlight. I turn the sunlight into strength. God, Allah itself, the universe itself recognizes me. I'm able to eat sunlight. Now, how I'm gonna sit down and reduce myself, dumb myself down to these mortals? Run around here like I'm a mortal. We're not mortals. We're divine beings manifested in human flesh. Now, you can take this how you want to take it, but it's a factual issue. The fact is, you don't need a granted privilege to vote. You always had a right, a birthright, an inherited right. You own the land of your forefathers, your ancient ancestors, the original people of the soil. How you think those pyramids got built over here? The pyramids are older than the ones over in the Eastern Hemisphere. Everybody that I talk to, all my foreigners, all over the world, just got done chopping it up with my man from Egypt. Oh, you got to go. Man, it's Egypt over here. We built sister cities. So whatever we built on this side, we built it on the other side at the same measurements, same height, to correspond to be, because it's a science, mathematical equation that we dealt with. The Moors are masters of math. So, we brought in education. We civilized the world. So how are we gonna sit around here and be quiet about these facts? Nah, bruh. The only thing to talk about is how fast can we unite around the truth? The truth will set you free. The people perish for a lack of knowledge. And let me tell you something. That stuff they pushing, it ain't right, bro. To telling the truth. The truth. You understand me? And so this is in fact maybe the last round for freedoms, because they got the courts. They got the courts. They got the courts. So it's over. Like, for example, in the state of Michigan, they got the courts. So if the courts was designed to be that last stronghold before it just have to goes back into our hands to take care of business, it's over. The courts are, you got the Supreme Court, which man, listen, man, this stuff go as high as the Supreme Court, bro. It's almost like, yeah, we got a conservative court that's gonna stand on uphold the Constitution and its values. But then again, the Uni Party is real. So, and it's crazy because there's nowhere on earth, in my opinion, that you can run and hide from this. You can't run and hide from this. You got to actually stand up and fight again. Maybe not like the Revolutionary War, but it's definitely a revolution going on. It's definitely a revolution going on. And blood has already been spilled. Lady was murdered at the January 6th event. She was shot down dead. Many people died under the Black Lives Matter movement. It's a lot of blood that's been already shed. Current blood is being shed in our streets of our babies. Our babies is dying at an all-time high and going to jail and prison at an all-time high. Dog, you got a right to have some real food in your community, bro, and not to be taxed because you want a real apple. Like, that's all fraud. So I respect the Maha movement to make America healthy again. I respect that because that's price gouging. I don't see Kamala Harris and the DNC saying anything. It's funny to me. It's real funny to me about when people say what they gonna do. Why you ain't doing it now? That's all. If you know me, if you've been following my campaigns, I wasn't given that luxury in my community. My community didn't let me get down with what I'm gonna do. I had to actually present what I was doing and how I was gonna take what we was doing and how was it impactful to the community and magnify that, right? I couldn't get up there and tell them people, some fake story about what I was gonna do and I wasn't doing it right now. That's bullcrap where I'm from. The stuff that we was doing, we was already doing. We already had saved lives. We already had turned the economy around. We already put money in the coffers of the American people at the city of Pontiac. We already uplifted our children. That's what gave us a foundation to even step out and consider ourselves a candidate for office because of the work that we was already doing. That's the stuff that I talked about. Not talked about the stuff when I get in office, I'm going to do this. That's a lie. I'm doing that right now. Wouldn't you like that to be a part of your elected official? Would you like to see this in your community on a broader scale? Absolutely. Absolutely, Brother L. I know. But your butts didn't get your butts up and defend. It ain't just voting. You got to defend your nation. You got to defend your freedom. That's not on Trump. That's not on Kamala. That's on you. And the failure to do so is a waiver of your rights. It's a waiver of your sovereignty. That's not on the state elected officials and the candidates and the party lines. That's on you. It's bigger than voting. It's about defending your freedoms and your liberties. If you like being able to say what you want to say and how you want to say it, then you need to vote for Trump, to be honest with you. If you like getting money independently of having to go being forced into somebody's factory, somebody's plantation, if you want to be able to generate finance from your ability to be an innovator, to be a creator, an entrepreneur, to feed you and your families and generations to come, you ain't got to be a slave to wages. That's all this fight about, increase the wages. Hey man, open the door for the entrepreneurship so we can teach people that's even subject to wages how to come over here to the profit side, how to take those wages, leverage it, invest it into a profit side. Let us prophesize the future. You understand me? I just want to throw that in there. It just sounded right. It just sounded right at the time. But all of these agents, the Breakfast Club, Nick Cannon, they own the entire industry, music industry and entertainment industry. They own it, including but not limited to my babies, the NBA. Well, not everybody in there, but leadership for sure. The stars, LeBron, they own it. They own it. And I love the NBA. I do. I love the NBA. I love LeBron and what he's doing with his son. But man, that's out cold. Like they say, your favorite superstar, your favorite this, that, and this is compromised. That hurt. I ain't gonna lie, that hurt. It's like, damn, bro. But you rich though. You're a billionaire. So I know you don't feel my pain. You can't. It's impossible. How? You so far away from it. You never want to go back there. So you're willing to cooperate. Now I get it. I get it. I do get it. Because I've been on all sides of it. You know what I mean? I've been on all sides of it. I get it. And that's the reason why I'm where I'm at today is because I wasn't willing to cooperate, not with that agenda. Not with that agenda. I'm not willing to hell no. No. Oh, whoa. So I'm gonna forever be, I wouldn't put no spells on me. I'm already wealthy. I'm already a multi-billionaire. Just got another path I gotta go grab mine at. I couldn't go that way because it was compromised. You understand me? I couldn't go that way. It was compromised. I'm not willing to compromise. I'm not willing to cooperate and remove myself and lessen my value for fame, for the illusion of fame, the illusion of wealth. True wealth is happiness. True wealth is happiness, dog. And so, yes, I have ambitions. Yes, I have goals, dreams, and all of that. But I'm just not willing to capitulate. I'm not willing to cooperate. I'm not willing to assimilate into something that's not in alignment with our values of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, our morals, customs, cultures, and practices. I'm a Moorish practitioner. I'm actually Grand Sheikh Prince Ravana Miles Ill. And so I have an obligation to not only myself, my family, my creed, but the nation as well. And so in that, a lot of people did not understand me because I was already a leader representing a nation of people, the Moorish Americans, operating within this so-called political jurisdiction or political spirit of the city of Pontiac, Oakland County. So that's why they couldn't buy me off. That's why they couldn't convince me to cooperate at that level, because I represent a nation of people, right? I'm just not a CEO, a mover and a shaker, or entrepreneur. No. I'm a Grand Sheik. You understand me? I'm a leader of a nation of people. My job is to enforce the constitutional law and represent my people. You understand me? So at no time will I capitulate, will I cooperate, will I assimilate, will I adopt foreign customs. I'm operating in a diplomatic capacity. Anybody that knows me knows that's serious. That's how I develop my political portfolio and respect at that level. And I talk like this with whoever. It doesn't matter. How I'm gonna switch up now? Like, think about that. That's why I love Trump. You don't dare switch up. You speaking the truth. Wait. From the heart? Nah, I want to hear that. I want to hear your heart. I want to hear exactly what's on your heart, bro. Bring it, deliver it. Deliver it. Because deliverance from the truth is great. That's the space you want to be in, because now we can actually build a stronger foundation because it's built from truth, not false process. And this color thing, oh, he's white. That's my brother. Trump is my brother. In Islam, Trump is my brother. I don't see him as a white man. Not in the context of the illusion of a white man. You know what I'm saying? Like a racist. I don't see that, bro. I don't see his pigmentation to be a threat to who I am. Like, what is that about? That's my brother. When Malcolm X went over to so-called that part to the Eastern Hemisphere, what did he find out? When he went to Mecca, what did he find out? Man, people of all nationalities and creeds was worshiping the one God together. The French Muslim put them on game. So make that make sense to me in today's time. And right now, Malcolm switched up his whole situation. When he was talking about black, whiteness, he switched it all up when he got introduced to the truth of nationality, bro. He had to get up out of the United States, though. He had to leave the U.S. or America and go into Mecca and get this knowledge, man. He was like, dang, he came back. He was a new man. He was redeemed. He was like, wow, Muhammad Ali knew. That's why he got the name, got out of Cassius Clay and went over to Ali. He couldn't go in there as no Cassius Clay. He had to go in there as Ali. How you going to come in here as a free man with the slave owners, oppressors, brand names, Cassius Clay? What you doing? Supreme Court ain't going to recognize that, cuz. You got to get rid of that slave brand, even right now to this day. You understand me? Because of our willingness to accept make-believe stuff, they even stole the gold and the silver out of the banks, which did not belong to them. See, nobody want to talk about this stuff. What happened to the gold? Where is the gold and the silver? Under Article 1, Section 10 of the American Constitution for the United States, gold and silver is the only money. Money. So every time you say money, you talk about gold and silver. And if you can't be talking about fiat notes, Federal Reserve notes, because that's not gold and silver. Dollar means gold and silver coin. The law says gold and silver coin. So it's like you accept being black. It's not a nationality, it's fake. You accept fake food, accept fake culture. Now you get fake money. You get paper money. But there's no gold and silver. So you went from being able to take this credit device, this credit note into a bank and get it redeemed in your portion of gold and silver that you was due. You go in today, you take that same hookup and you get nothing, like with nothing in return. So what value does it hold? It's down 22% right now. We looked at what Trump did, though. He went over to the Queen, broke that treaty, bankrupt that system that we had going with them, where they keep getting all the taxes and everything else. Now that's over with. I ain't bowing to you. I ain't doing none of that. No disrespect to the people over there, but whatever. The point is, we know about what they did to our people too. The point is, here's the facts. We can no longer let our allies take advantage of us. That's what they were doing. That's what Trump bankrupt. That's what the world is mad about. These are the facts. Now, you take your own time and go through the timeline and tell me if I'm right or wrong. Go through your own timeline and tell me if I'm right or wrong. Trump bankrupt that system. He bankrupted them, got them out the way. No, we ain't rocking with that, bro. We're not rocking with that. So That's what he's saying to you right now. We have been captured. The people, the American people of the United States have been captured. And that means the world has been captured. And that's why you see people dying in the streets fighting for their freedom, because the American people are no longer in the capacity to defend the world no more. It's over. Now he just broke it down to you. Ain't no freedom of speech. They control all the media outlets, the big tech company. The moment I jump out there and get to saying too much, they're gonna shut it down. And they do be shutting me down. They absolutely be shutting me down for sure. So free speech is control. You can't go to courts. Why? Because they control the legal system. It's all commercialized. It's all ran by one group they call the Bar Association. The Bar Association. They got them in the county bar association. They got them in the state bar association. They got them in the city bar association. They got it at a national level, the American Bar Association, which controls the entire legal system. So if I come in there and I take you with me, they're gonna say, "Oh man, you can be. Are you a lawyer? Are you a member of the bar?" That is illegal to monopolize any system in the U.S., bro. That's illegal under the antitrust laws of the Constitution. But again, who knows that? You need a million brother Al's, because all the lawyers are opt in to the great takeover like they did. That's why you don't know about the original 13th Amendment and its 20 sections. In its originality, lawyers, members of the bar, were prohibited from running for office. That lets you know about see, that's what I'm saying. You might can't change history, but you can show and hell go back and observe it and study it and learn from it to understand your present situation. Because your actions today dictates your future tomorrow. You understand me? It dictates your future, the actions you take today. So it's relevant to study the past in order to understand your future. Let me rephrase it. It's imperative that you study history. You got to know your history, your particular history, so you can understand your present situation, so you can know the actions you need to take to secure your future.
They control the press. There's no freedom of speech because they control speech. There's no due legal process because they control the legal process. The courts become a weapon that they use to stifle their opponents. America is turning today into a one-party state, and very fast. So far, the Supreme Court has restrained this efficient industrial complex run by the Democrats. But if the Democrats win this election, they will fill those courts with their own judges, and democracy in this country could be lost. The only hope is for a populist movement to sweep them aside. That's what MAGA can become if enough former Democrats like me join in defense of the Republic. So no matter what state you live in, please vote Trump. This may be our last chance to protect our Constitution.
Nah, I'm doubling down on that. That's why this podcast exists today. I'm doubling down on that. It's on the floor, y'all. Now you can sit around here and play the game, but y'all can see what happened. They went after the parents' authority, your constitutional protected rights to your parental care, custody, and control and direction and management of your offspring, your child. Then they hit them with all transgenderism and homosexual curriculums embedded into the school's educational system. That's what they did. Then they big tech was exposed at going after our children with the addictive features and the over sensitization. Man, I murdered that word. The over sexualization and over sensitization of our male and female species, the youth. We seen these things happen. We seen we can't pretend it didn't happen. We seen the forced mask and the forced vaccinations. We seen that, which the Supreme Court just ruled they got to pay those people. You can't fire somebody. A court, federal judge just ruled that you got to pay those. You owe those people back pay. Not only do you got to pay them, you owe them back pay. So they need all their money that they were supposed to get plus damages. The court shut them down, right? We seen the fake cases after Trump. We even seen that nobody talks about how they was able to manipulate the court to get Pfizer warrants, to get warrants to spy on the sitting president. Wow. So how many? So if they was able to get fake warrants, manipulate the courts to get fake warrants, how much manipulation of the courts in your local communities has been going on to get fake warrants? But if you're not educated, you don't know what to even look for to even start the process. So that means that you must have went to one of these public schools that's DNC controlled. Because if you went to a private school, you would have knew all about your civic rights, your civic obligations, your civil rights, your constitutional protections, etc. Let's talk about it. But all you knew was emotion and trauma, slavery, civil war, poverty, racism. So you went into court in a place that's non-emotional, had nothing to do with your emotions, and got everything to do with the fact that you can present and the processes and procedures to administrate justice on your behalf. Nah, you went in there with emotions and beliefs, full of rage, full of hate. And what was the outcome? A negative outcome, a traumatizing outcome. If you want to end that practice, because Trump, who else knows better than Trump? Does Kamala Harris know how it feels to be locked up, to be prosecuted? No. She's a prosecutor for her whole life. She has no problem prosecuting you. She understands how to get that done very fast. She's a prosecutor. She's prosecuting the United States and its people currently. That's what's going on. She made a career of locking people up. Who is Trump fighting against? Prosecutors. So now we start to see who's behind it all. You got a former prosecutor running for office, for the president of the United States, and then you got all these so-called black prosecutors attacking Trump. You don't see the alumni connection? This stuff is so obvious. And then you got Barack Obama standing up there, come on. He campaigned hard. Why? Because this would be his fifth round. Make no mistake about it. Obama is behind. He is in the power structure. He's leading the power structure. It doesn't matter which Democrat is in office. Obama is running the show, bro. He's running the show. He's finishing what he started. And kind of find out, Obama was the richest president of all time. Who knew that? You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Judge Joe Brown. So it's manipulation going on here. Massive manipulation. And we're the last. Listen, this is bigger than your freedoms, actually. We're actually the last defense for the world's freedom. Real talk. That's why Russia started bagging them people up. Wait a minute, man, you're not finna come over here and think you finna press up on my borders. Back up. Back up. Back all the way up. Back up and back down. You understand me? And people are seeing what's going on. Why do you think the BRICS is growing so rapidly? BRICS say, hell no. These countries say, heck no, we out of here. We need military protection, economic protection. We need systems in place, that we need new trade routes in place. So the rest of the world is already taking measures to exclude us out of their life permanently. And in the event they got to go to war with us, they don't have to be subject and take a hit economically because they didn't put all their eggs in one basket. Say, hell no, we out of here. We jumping ship. Now, we jumping ship. The United States is out of control currently. And its current capacity is out of control. The people, its own people, have been captured as debt slaves. Your freedoms is already, you heard what the brother just broke down. I don't even want to play it no more. Man. It's a very serious time. It's a very serious time. Take this podcast how you want to take it. Use it as fuel. Get your family together. Have this discussion. Talk about how has life been under this new regime. See, the problem is you never knew about your freedoms. You always thought that you were a slave because that's all they ever promoted to you. Shit, you even walking around with you still walking around with the slave holder's last name. So all you ever thought of yourself as was a slave. You let these people put slave brands on you today. You don't think it has a spiritual impact? That's a disrespect to your ancestors. Why would you be wearing the people's name that had enslaved them? Why the pastor didn't tell you this? He's supposed to be a spiritual guidance guy. Why all these spiritual leaders didn't confess these said truths to you? You got to understand what's happening here. I'm seeing these guys jump up talking about the dang on preachers from the prominent churches talking about, hey, look, they all about same-sex marriage. I don't understand that science. Me personally, I just don't understand the science of it. It's like, if you don't plug this thing into the wall, no electricity comes out of it. So you mean to tell me these people can produce? So how do you produce energy? How do you produce life? Life is energy, right? So how do you produce babies? So how do we replace? The nation is going to die with this type of agenda. That's the point, though. Like, that's the whole point right there. It's foreign powers and allies that want to see this country dead, dissolved, have no presence on the world stage. You understand me? That's what's going on here. That's why you got out of control inflation, out of control debt, out of control people, out of control everything. Everything is out of control. It's called chaos. And these people create order out of chaos. Thank y'all for joining the Brother Ill Show. We appreciate all of the listeners. Visit us at www.brotherill.com. Until the next time, peace.